Take it due to her health condition. She can't stand long at all, and she's having trouble going to the bathroom. She told me to stay there. So it's we're here basically to state to the media that we can't believe that Ed Lee is still behind Chief Suhr even after the blue ribbon findings, amongst other things, of course. That supervisors reacted very late, and our health paid the consequence for that. And I also like to mention that all of us are pretty going through some health conditions. So it's not just my mother as well, we all are. But yes, and Frisco5 will continue to fight. And we still have our demands, and things are growing, as you guys can see. And we plan on escalating it even further until our demands are met and we're heard by these city officials. So basically, I just wanted to say that in representation of my mother, because she is not happy with what's going on. She's mad that it took the supervisors this long for them to respond after damaging our health and risking our health on the streets for over 12 days if they visit us then.
And telling us it was illegal.
Yeah.
Lying to
and
us.
For them to say in our face, London Breed and Malia Cohen, that it's illegal for them to say they want a new chief and the chief should be fired.
Right.
And all of a sudden Kim and Campos and Avalos and others step up and say that they could do it. So it's just, our plan is to expose all these trickeries, all this politics that's going on, because the people are woke. We're all woke and we've had enough, and we're going to take it to the streets, we're going to take it to City Hall, we're going to take it on all angles. So basically that's my statement, and other brothers have something to say as well.
I could just basically reiterate what he said. I'm still drinking water because of my dehydration that I suffered during the strike. It took them, the third trip to the hospital for them to finally be able to draw blood out of my arm. So I'm not too happy about that. I feel like a pincushion. The supervisors came, Malia and London, they came to visit us at like 11 o'clock at night, which I thought was kind of weird and interesting at the time. Some of the other supervisors came like the middle of the day. They came at like 11 o'clock at night. And they kind of lightweight sounded like they wanted to support us, but then, on Tuesday when we marched down to City Hall, the mayor's not there, we go into the Board of Supervisors meeting, and nobody has the mayor's phone number. That's what they were telling us, that, we don't have the mayor's phone number. We're like, how in the world you don't have the mayor's phone number? You're trying to tell me there's nobody in City Hall with the mayor's phone number? And you got like, I don't know how many supervisors. Right. And if okay, let's just say a mad gunman just ran into City Hall and started shooting up City Hall. And the mayor, they said, is in Bayview. And there's nobody that can call the mayor. He's in Bayview. Bayview is only, 5-10 minutes away from City Hall. So he could have easily just stopped whatever he was doing to come see us. He took the time out of his day to sneak into the building behind us, unannounced. So don't tell me that you don't have the mayor's phone number. And then for all of them to just sit in that room, and I think I'm more disappointed. I don't want to say more, but I'm definitely insulted by Campos and his behavior on that Tuesday. Man, he was text messaging while we're in there pouring out our hearts and telling them, hey, they're out here killing us. You don't care. And he's just sitting there texting away. And if Mama Christina didn't say anything, he would have still been texting away. And he sat there and basically told us he didn't even see the point in replacing Suhr. And that basically we're just replacing one head with another. And then to see him make that stance yesterday is just kind of a slap in the face too. So, it's got to be done. I told someone I figured I gave Suhr like a month. But then, that was before I saw all of the supervisors making all their comments. I guess I'm going for a month to maybe 2 weeks max before he's out. And Mayor Lee, he's definitely next. He's being recalled because that makes no sense for him to continuously back Suhr. And even after the press conference with our doctors, with the media last week, we spoke to him over the phone, and over the phone he just blatantly just kept saying that he felt Suhr was doing a good job. Those was his words, that he felt Suhr was doing a good job as police chief. And Stevie Wonder can see this man's not doing a good job. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm the comedian of the group, so, but yeah, this is that time. This is that time. The people have spoken. The people are behind the Frisco5. We've gotten so much support. It's been surreal, in all honesty. And the support just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. And we're just grateful that the community has woken up and saw what was going on in San Francisco.
Everybody state the first and last name before going on.
Ike Kingston, IKEPINKSTON.
Equipto, EQUIPTO.
I guess I'll say, I think that we just getting started, and like we've awakened the consciousness of San Francisco, a city where we all love, that we were all born in, and that we all care about, and we put our life on the line to fight for it. Like my brother said, we all are suffering different health complications, trying to get better. We thought would be easy, or something that wouldn't affect us like it has, but it's definitely affecting myself, and I think I can speak for them every day, where something's declining, or we're trying to get it better. So it was something that we did as a bold statement to make a bold point that we will not stand for a racist police department. We will not stand for a racist police chief. We will not stand for a mayor that does not do anything for the poor people and is in the pocket of the corporations, the Ron Conways, everybody, the Lennars. Is game over as far as Steve Cobber. The game's over as far as Willie Brown, and all the supervisors. Don't take it personal. That's your job to get flack from the people. You lucky it's just us, and now we bring in more people to you to give you more flack. So that's your job. And how Campos got it, Edwin got it, me got it, all of us, the nation. It was very disrespectful, but I see beyond their pile of tricks for them to come out and act like they are supporting firing the chief. They all know something that maybe we don't know. I think that Suhr got something on Lee, or Lee got something on Suhr, so they bouncing off of each other, and eventually it's gonna collapse. You know what I mean? So I'm very happy with what we did, and we were operating off of a higher spirit and a higher power, and we feel deeply that Chief Suhr will be fired, or he will have to step down very soon. It's a lot of pressure on him. And I asked Chief Suhr to look inside, bro. You rich, man. You got all that money. There's nothing you could really do. And if you really care about this city or San Francisco, step down, bro. If you care about your police department and you want to do right, look at your record. It's despicable, And just because you anybody that is working in that situation, if you have that record, it's like a coach. I've been looking at it like a coach. Look at Harbaugh. Harbaugh got fired, and he was a great coach. You know what I mean? And it's because his players, it's just all bad. So, Suhr, your players is not playing the game right. So you got to go. You know what I mean? And you got to go. And the people, you got to go. And the people is going to create the new reforms for the new police chief and all that. So the people will have a place at the table when it comes to a new chief and the new reforms of the police department.
Arrest the murdering police. Arrest the killers.
What are your next steps? What's the next steps for the movement?
Let Edwin have his statement, please.
And do we need to get your name and spelling? Did you tell us that before?
Selassie Blackwell, SELLASSIE, Blackwell, BLACKWELL.
Great, thank you.
Right.
So we have to start off by thanking this beautiful city for keeping us alive. Because the mayor, the police chief would have let us die in these streets on this corner. It took them 12 days to even have communication with us. Never asked how our health was. But the reason we're still sitting here, even though we have our complications physically, is because we have people like Yanni, we have people like Max Leung, we have people like Vic, like Rob, like Ralph, Daryl. We have, so many others, and I apologize if we missed your name. Roberto. They stayed up every night. We have Charles that made sure we had the number of days on the sidewalk, staying up to watch over us.
Big Rob, Suleiman.
To make sure that we were safe. The police threatened to arrest us. We had people walking down the street threatening us, hoping that we die of hunger. This community came together like we've never seen before and said, we will not let you die. And they showed us that this city has a heart of a lion, and this city is not dying. And at the end of the day, we're stronger because of this. And while we may have started at the Frisco5, we are now growing to the Frisco500. And we will grow to the Frisco5000. We're going to guarantee you that. And we have to give thanks to our doctor, Dr. Rupa Maria, Clinica Martin Baró. No one else in the city decided to check on our health except them. Came here on their own prerogative and said, we want to make sure you're going to be safe because the change you're going to make in the city is impactful and necessary. The second thing I want to say is that the world is watching. San Francisco is under the microscope, and it can't move anywhere except towards justice. And I said it a couple of days ago, when you're standing on the side of truth, people will get in line. The problem is too many interests pulling you away from that truth. And we saw that in the Board of Supervisors, as mentioned earlier. They told us to our face that it is illegal to make statements on personnel matters in this city. And we said, well, what are the consequences of making a statement on personnel matters, including firing the police chief? And they said, well, you may get reprimanded. I said, okay, well, are you going to stand on the right side of history? And at the time, none of them said yes. Yesterday, Jane Kim took the step and said Chief Suhr must be fired, and you had 3 other supervisors decided to take suit and follow along. We need 11 Board of Supervisors to stand up, take a stand, and say that Chief Suhr is failing this city. It's not just the 4 police killings unjustly of Alex Nieto, Amilcar Perez Lopez, Luis Gongora, of Mario Woods. Let's go all the way back to 1998 when Mark Garcia was killed by Lieutenant Greg Suhr out of the Mission Police Station. When they sprayed him, put him in a paddy wagon, stepped on his back, and he died at the hands of Lieutenant Greg Suhr. He was the arresting officer. He is ill-equipped and should not have been, after being demoted twice, the police chief of this great city. So what we're saying is, and as I said earlier, when they try to close the restrooms on us when we're inside this police station, you ain't seen nothing yet. And we are coming. We're coming for justice. Justice is going to rain on this city like a tornado it hasn't seen before. And it's not starting with us. We're just the vessels. It's all of you that have been out there following us, the love, the water, the coconut water, the tents, the seats, that said, we stand behind you. And so if you are ready to make the change that this city deserves, stand with us. On Saturday, we will have a community meeting, a black and brown community meeting. We will have an action to make sure that the mayor knows there is always someone outside of his door demanding Chief Suhr to be fired, and the police commission. It is now your responsibility and your turn to stand up.
That's right.
The police commission has the right to fire Chief Suhr. It is your responsibility to take a stand. We're led by a strong, powerful mother that is the mother of San Francisco, Mama Gutierrez. And she's given us the power and the force to continue on. This is just the beginning, because while police brutality is an issue, it stems from gentrification, it stems from the undereducation of our students, it stems from the inability to live in this city affordably, and it stems from the fact that we can't even get jobs that allow us to live here. So if y'all ready to win, we're ready to walk. And we will win.
Yes.
Fire Chief Suhr! 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 Fire Chief Suhr!
You guys see that we have the community behind us. And our action last Friday shows that we have the young community of color behind us that are working with us.
Right.
And these people put their lives on the line for the future of those young people. Every supervisor needs to step forward. Why is it that London Breed went hard on Chief Joanne Hayes White when the firefighters had no confidence in her? It was because they were contributing to her campaign. The POA gives a lot of money to her campaign, which is now up for re-election. So she's going to stand on the side of the chief of police. But guess what? The POA don't live in San Francisco. They don't vote. Most of these officers do not vote in San Francisco anymore. We, the people, vote. And we will remember the supervisors who did not step up and do the right thing unless it served their own personal interests.
Come on.
You were elected by the people. These people sacrificed their lives for those people. And from this point forward, Frisco 5, Frisco 500, Frisco 5000 is coming for you.
Yes, we are.
Something as the officiator of the marriage of the Black and Brown Coalition standing together against police murder. We got something else we need to be focusing on. We got some murdering cops running around that have not been arrested. They need to be arrested. The Coalition for Justice for Mario Woods is saying that we need to arrest the killer cops, charge them with murder, and if Suhr continues to justify this gang activity, then he is a conspirator to murder, and he don't just need to be fired, he needs to be arrested and charged with conspiracy to murder. Right. Yeah. Let's understand that plainly.
And for those that question our strategy or tactics, just know that this community will decide who the next police chief is without a doubt.
Right.
If a police chief thinks that he or she can walk into San Francisco and take the helm without being accountable to this community, they haven't been watching the news. We guarantee you we will choose who the next police chief is. We will make sure that the reforms are in place, and we will make sure that the police officers that are operating this police department roguely, racistly, and with bigotry will be held accountable and brought to a court of law.
Right. Black and Brown.
Is there any,
Black and Brown shutting it down.
Is there any questions? Is there any questions?
We didn't answer everything.
No, sir.
So there's no.
How can we give you
17 days of action.
You know, in hindsight, it was rewarding. And in the duration of it, it was very challenging. We're doing it right across the street from a taqueria. So, and I mean, every night, I mean, all day really, I mean, every breeze that shoots down here is shooting an aroma of food. And the only thing we have is a stack full of water, coconut milk, Gatorade, and some chewable vitamins. So, you know, and some chicken broth. And, oh yeah, and some tea. I mean, I lost 20 pounds. I mean, my health suffered. I mean, people keep saying I look good, but I didn't feel good during the, you know, almost 3 weeks of not eating and just drinking a lot of fluids, running back and forth to the bathroom every 10, 15 minutes. But I feel closer to these men and to Christina now. I feel closer to the community, to the people behind us. You know, it's been an amazing experience because we woke up a city that was dying. This was a city that really had no hope. If you really look at where this city was heading, and to see this city, the amount of black people decrease to 3%, to see my Latin brothers and sisters being killed out here, to see a homeless man get evicted from his home, and then 3-4 weeks later being shot 30 seconds after police arrive upon the scene. And in my best thinking, I'm like, I don't understand how any officer can even assess a scene within 30 seconds upon arrival. Like, you're getting out of your vehicle. I mean, as soon as the vehicle's stopping, it's not like they get out the vehicle and then 30 seconds he's dying. No, as soon as the vehicle stops, 30 seconds later, this man is dead. And it's not right. It's not right. We are people. At the end of the day, we're people. It don't matter what your skin color is. You're a person. At the end of the day, we all have rights. And they're basically infringing upon our civil rights. And the mayor does not give a rat's ass. I'm sorry. Whether that can go on video or not. He doesn't care, and it's obvious. And it was very insulting, very insulting for him to just sneak into this building and think that we were just going to sit there and listen to what he had to tell us after we had already arranged to go to City Hall on Tuesday. Because he didn't want to see the people together, unified, against an issue that has been problematic for decades, for centuries, if you really want to just look at the history of America. But we're talking about San Francisco because we have to conquer this first. Before we can even start talking about the country, we need to deal with San Francisco, because this is what's affecting us right now in San Francisco, and the way the police department just don't care. And you see, right after we go to the hospital, they barricade the whole city street. Come on. You have to see it for what it is. And I don't understand how people don't. I don't understand how the supervisors took so long to be like, Chief Suhr has to go. It took 5 people putting their lives on the line for them to finally see the truth for what it is. And that's scary to me, because it's like they said, we voted them in. We put them into office. But at the end of the day, to them, it's more about the almighty dollar than about the lives and souls of the individuals you see.
That's what we need to change in San Francisco. That's scandalous. Like I said, that's pretty scandalous. So we just trying to change that in a real way, you know. And hopefully the media can, you know, report it right. Keep reporting it right. And if you on the right side of history, you know, expose Ed Lee and what Chief Suhr doing. You know, don't be no punks. We not no punks. We stayed out here and slept on the ground. You know, I have nightmares of what I seen in that bathroom every night that I had to go to the bathroom that I don't even like to even think about. You know, just the people that were out here talking, the souls that was walking around, you know. It ain't even about us, like Miss Christina said, you know, tries to tell us. We not heroes, you know. It's not us being some heroes, you know. It's just we couldn't take what was going on in our city. 3 of us was born at the same hospital. That means a lot to us, to me, you know, to be born in St. Luke's. You know, to actually say I'm born in San Francisco. You know what I mean? I'm born and raised here. I'm 4 generations here. So, you know, we just couldn't stand for this anymore. Don't look at us as heroes. All y'all are heroes. If all y'all did y'all own action, we get him out of office tomorrow. But I do tell you that when we first started this, it was us against the world. That first day, I remember everybody said that you can't do it. Everybody. And then it got international pressure, and then now people want to come around. But we not fooled, because us 5 wasn't fooled from the jump. We knew what needed to be done.
Right. So
hopefully, you know, we can do something to really get Ed Lee out, but I think Chief Suhr's days is numbered.
absolutely.
Yep.
Tick tock, tick tock.
What else can we do to help?
Revolution is not be televised.
Yeah.
How will you ensure that momentum is kept up?
Oh, we haven't solidified it yet.
I think the momentum is with y'all. We've done what we needed to do, and we're going to continue to do that. I think the momentum is with the rest of the people in San Francisco. We can't do everything. We can't move mountains. But I know that people in San Francisco can.
It was Frisco 500. That's the the next movie you guys saw that we were in the hospital literally, all 5 of us, and that action at City Hall took place. And whoever has a problem, and I need to understand how violently that the sheriffs reacted to the journalists.
Right. Yep. Right.
They got a broken ribs. They got tossed. There's footage of it. A juvenile got thrown in jail, treated like, you know, an animal. So
they put women in the cells with men.
That's what I'm saying. So this is what's happening, and that's what it's going to take. It's going to take us bringing pressure every day to understand that we're not going to take it no more. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we need some bold actions. If we're going to, like you said, if we're going to sleep on the concrete and not eat, we need people to do the same thing. And we need these supervisors to do some bold moves, some bold steps. And we asked them that from the gate, and they lied to us in our face and said they couldn't. You know, that's the point that we trying to get across, and expose them and let them know that they liars. And let them know that they lying to the people out here. We're not no ragtag bunch of activists. I try to tell you guys from the gate. We got people out here that's really with the community, really from San Francisco. We got radicals, diplomats, we got people, scholars, we got people that's ready to take it to the streets or City Hall. So that's where it's gonna go, and we're gonna take it. We're not blind no more. You know, people are tired and fed up of what's going on. So the Frisco5, like you said, it turned to Frisco 500 overnight because it shows you what the people are feeling, the resistance and the rebellion. You know, we're about to take it until, you know, until they fire Chief Suhr, until Ed Lee steps down. And we're, like you said, we're gonna take it to Steve Cabo, we're gonna take it to Willie Brown, Ron Conway, all these people that think they're hiding behind and just pulling the strings of this puppet dude. You know what I mean? So that's the future. Frisco 500, City Hall, taking it over, and all them stepping down, period. There's no compromising at all.
You guys went through so much physically during this hunger strike. There is a plan to resume it or have other people take on the mantle, is there?
I love food.
I gotta give a shout out to the state students. Oh, yeah. I gotta give that to them. They were with us as well. They came with us and they were helping us out every day until they started their strike. So they were in solidarity with us, even though we couldn't visit them. They visited us in the hospital. And those are our little brothers and sisters, and we're very proud of them. Very proud of them. It takes a lot of courage to step up and do something, especially at an age like that. And to defend ethnic studies is a big step. So we salute them, and you know, we hope for a quick recovery for them as well. So that you know, San Francisco is vibrant right now. It's all over the city, and people are stepping up. Even the supervisors are trying to step up, use their voice. So it lets you know that we're shaking up the infrastructure of City Hall politics, and we're not going to go nowhere.
Sorry if I missed this. Is your mom still in the hospital, or is she just not well enough to be here?
She's not well enough to be here.
I think one is already been filed.
Yes, Mike Murphy.
And the Frisco5 support.
We need 600 people to get 100 signatures to where we get 60,000 signatures to get Ed Lee out of office. So we need volunteers. Hopefully y'all put that soundbite in there. We need some foot soldiers. 600 people to get 100 signatures, and we're gonna section out all San Francisco, and we're gonna get this guy out of here. Believe it, right, baby.
We got 4 years, y'all. So we gotta do it now. That's right. We gotta do it now.
We ain't gonna see those 4 years.
So we appreciate everybody coming out. It's really getting hot.
Yeah.
Is there any more questions that maybe?
Yeah, burning questions you might have.
You know.
Nah, thank you very much for coming and supporting us from the beginning.
Love you, folks.
We really appreciate it.
We love you.
Oh yeah. You against the other police. Now I like to say this to I think that the police out there, if you're good, come out and I respect officers that go out there and do their job. Okay, that go out there, that protect me. If I say 911, I make a call, the police come to try to help me. There are good police, because I don't want you to think that it's all bad brothers.